Welcome to the Culture Section Podcast. I am Quartet.
That gets me every time. And I'm Tade, the greatest me.
Man, welcome.
Welcome back.
Again,
yeah.
In case you didn't know, we only have, these are all the clothes that we own. So this is not deja vu.
That was actually funny, man. That was hilarious. I'm sorry.
I literally forgot what we were talking about today. What were we talking about?
Loni. Is her name Loni Love?
Yes, from The Real.
Saying black men can't be or stay faithful.
Can't be faithful. And she actually said her explanation was because of slavery and several other hardships that maybe have helped us or maybe have developed the black man's mind.
Is that what she's saying? So is she saying it's hereditary?
It almost sounds hereditary, man, because of the broken family.
So here's the question then.
Okay.
If I was a black man and at birth, meaning as soon as I was born, I was given away or adopted by a white family. Is she saying that still because of what happened back in those days, I would still be prone to be unfaithful? Or is it basically just being in a black environment make me an unfaithful man?
I mean, is it possible that it could be both? I'm talking about her perspective.
That either at the end of the day, no matter where I'm at, who I'm raised by, who I am, as long as I'm black and I'm a male, that I'm going to struggle with being faithful.
That's what it kind of sounds like to me. Now,
that is a lie.
Now we'll also say this.
That is a lie.
I ain't started mine yet. Let them know how I'm gonna watch Jesus. I ain't let them know that. That's gonna be the craziest thing ever. So obviously, in her mind, she's a black woman, and I'm pretty sure the black experience, as far as it relates to men, has probably been pretty tough. Now, what I will say, black men seem to, every type of statistic, whether it's being around, raising your child, not taking care of your child, cheating, affairs, killing, murder, it always seemed that the black man is at the top of the ladder. Meaning that out of all the other races, 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 the black man seems to be at the top. Meaning, if it's 3 blocks, let's say if it's black, white, and other.
Wow.
Just say other.
Okay.
It'll be like 85, 90% black man. Everything else is 5 and 5. That's how I view everything. So, and that's how it looks. But cheating is not universal to black men. It is universal to all men. And not only to all men, to all people.
You think they're blaming this on black men only because of relation to black males? Because maybe she doesn't have a deep root or relation with, white males or Latino males, Asian males. You think that's why she's basically basing this because of her relations? Or do you think usually they use a black male as a scapegoat or put him on the forefront as being that individual, meaning they broadcast what's happening in a black race more than it is another race? So basically it makes us look pretty ugly. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's hard to really say because I don't think she's coming from a place of maliciousness. But
what place is she coming from? Not to interrupt, but I'm saying what place do you think she's coming from?
Her perspective.
You think she's been cheated on by a black man?
I think she's been given the business.
Wow. So that's why she feels the way she feels.
Yes.
So this is basically just her personal experience.
Exactly.
And her broadcasting it on other people.
And I need not for her, because she already knows this. I need people to understand this, that your personal experience does not make it law.
Yeah, so you can't speak for everybody, right?
You can't speak for everybody. So, but what we can do, and what I can do as a man, I can speak on the man experience.
The man experience.
Yes.
Sounds nice. It sounds like a band, the man experience. Here's another thing though.
Yes.
Did she give a solution to what would help them, or did she say what would build them up so they won't be unfaithful?
Watch this PC answer. So we here at culture, we here at the culture section, we thrive on trying to get the full message. I did not hear the full broadcast.
Why'd you do this, man?
Because I thought it would be pretty funny. But
because if you're gonna say that black man can't be faithful, I don't know if she was talking about just relationship wise, or in general they're afraid to commit to anything, or they can't be faithful.
She's talking about relationships.
Oh, she's talking about relationships. You can make that statement, but in order to batter in order for her to make that statement, she also has to give a solution, man, to the problem.
Well, you have to, as a black person, you have to be really mindful of what you put in the environment.
True.
Because in order to change a narrative, you have to first be the example of that. And that comes with your thought process, even the conversation that you indulge in, not to get deep. But I'm just personally sick. It's like when I look at Facebook and I see all this stuff about men ain't this and men ain't that and blah, blah, blah and blah, blah, blah. So I made up in my mind, right or wrong and indifferent, that I was, quote unquote, I'm not going to embrace that. I'm not going to allow in my head no one to tell me how to be a man. My goal is to take everything that I've learned, every relationship that I've ever been in, and try to come to some definition of what a man is, if that makes sense.
Hey, listen, that does make sense. My thing is this, though. The average person, in your opinion, the average person that writes that, usually you think it's someone that's just been hurt by a man, specifically a black man that writes, men ain't this, men ain't that. You really think it's someone who's been hurt by a black man?
Okay, I know y'all gonna hate me. If it's from a black woman, it definitely involves a black man hurting her.
So basically, the only reason she's announcing this because she was just hurt or hurt by a black man. Meaning, if everything was going peachy and stuff, she wouldn't have actually wrote. But
probably anything.
With that being said, then, man, they basically just writing this off of hurt.
Yeah.
Meaning that it really doesn't have any basis. You're basing it off one man that hurt you. So why put that on blast? Matter of fact, what is the end result? Is she saying, since no black man is good, to either go get another man from another race or become a lesbian, perhaps, or or sorry, I lost my train of thought.
I don't know why he laughed when he said the word lesbian, because you know sensitive time, you can't be laughing.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with
his views are not this
lesbian, man. Or they're saying just be celibate. When someone writes a statement or makes a statement of that, what do they want to get out of it, or what do they want to blossom from this statement, man?
I have no idea. And it could be just a simple topic of, because it involves a talk show, so it's just a talking point. I'm going to tell you something real, though. A couple years back, this young lady who is a lesbian, she literally came to me and was saying that the girl she's dealing with is no good. And she don't understand, and this, that, and the third. You know what I told her?
What's that?
I said, and she knows. See, my thing is, this the area I want to operate in. let me think the way I think, believe the way I believe, respect that, and I respect you. So, and this was the type of situation it was. I told her it don't matter whether they're gay or straight. No good is still no good.
True.
And the reason I bring that up is because there is no one fix all be all. But the only solution is, in a practical and logical sense, is you have to change the behavior. Now, the people that write those statistics about black men most likely are probably white people. I'm talking about the ones that talk about just the plethora of things that have the black man as the number one offender of this list. Now, I'm living in a time now where I feel like it's more important now than ever than to represent what being a black man is and what it represents. We have messed over women, but we have been messed over by women. It's important, man. You can't talk about one without talking about the other. In the black community, we have to talk about it just like that. We can't leave nothing unsaid on neither side because it's important, because we blamed each other for too long, and really the blame belongs to the individual. Because I know y'all ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It belongs to the individual, because if you don't change the pattern, you deal with the same thing over and over again. And then next thing you know, you're 38 years old, asking yourself what happened.
Hey, man, just to rewind, though.
Yes.
I found something very interesting in what you said.
This is the smart one of the bunch right here, y'all.
I seriously doubt it. Listen, this woman was a lesbian and she was dating another woman.
Yes.
And she couldn't even really relate to the woman on that level. You would think her being another woman, she would be able to understand, maybe read, you know what I'm saying, touch bases. But even she didn't even understand, which is very weird. That was crazy to me. I would just think that. Number two, it's sad when you said that the ones probably making a statement maybe probably different race, might be white, you know, with all this. So it's real sad to know that your own people will join in this gangbang pretty much and put down their own put down their own people, man.
It's a gangbang. Yeah. You put down your own race.
Yeah, like we supposed to build each other up, man. Here we is we're joining in alliance with someone else who's knocking us down.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's real sad when we as a black culture, black people, go public with pretty much knocking ourselves down. You know what I'm saying? We literally put it on blast in front of the world that we ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We already have it hard enough with others believing that. So why really make it that public? I'm not saying nothing about no segregation. I'm just saying some things is better kept at home. You know what I'm saying? And then build from that. Because we got to build each other up, man. Matter of fact, if you want a black man to do better, then invest in that black man, believe in that black man, support that black man, have his back, give that black man some ideas. You know, if you know what's so good for a black man, then
buy him some Jordans.
Buy him some Jordans. Give him a job. Make him work. If he ain't got a job, kick him out then.
Yeah.
The thing is, if a black man's the way he is, it's because you helped him be that way or you tolerated it. If you don't tolerate it, he has no other choice but to move him somewhere else. Maybe they should have a movement that says don't tolerate his mess or her mess too, because you can keep throwing it on the black man, but then there's like millions of things that we can say about black women. We could talk about. Man, this is horrible because now it's almost like I'm about to be a contradiction saying about putting the black man on blast.
Exactly.
Man, forgive me. I'm not perfect. We could say that they say that all black women or most black women use the system. They go here, have babies, they get on Section 8, they use the welfare check.
I felt the spirit.
They let a man get them pregnant Yeah, that's all we saying. It is a stereotype. If y'all heard a voice in the background, thank you. It may have been faint, but she says a stereotype. All these things are stereotypes.
I'm gonna insert it in.
So they should stop stereotyping the black man. Matter of fact, we already have enough people stereotyping the black man. Yeah, or each other. Thank you. So why are you stereotyping? Because we could go tit for tat. We could go back and forth if you want to make all of ourselves look bad and ugly. And at the end result, we just gonna look worse, and they're gonna be sitting back laughing at us.
I just want to let everybody know on this subject, the Nation of Islam is winning. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Now they done took Farrakhan off of the social media.
Did they?
Yeah, they done took him off. But he got a soldier in training, a Neri Muhammad. Oh man, he is on it.
Was he the one on the Breakfast Club?
Oh man, he was on it. But I'm gonna tell you, man. That's why I have a They are. Let me tell you something, man. I used to. It took me a long time to kind of understand their perspective, right? And it is. We are talking about a mindset. So it was. He had some problems with how they portrayed Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in. I think it was Godfather of Harlem. Right, certain little things, like the hand in the pocket, the boat, certain. So to them, it was all about everything. They should have been consulted, and everything should have been exactly how they are. Now, I'm saying that to say this: when it comes to being black, we have to change the mindset, and we have to stop accepting whatever is told to us.
Yeah, but we got to work together to achieve that.
You're very, very...
And the problem is nobody ain't trying to work together.
No.
Everyone will literally broadcast, we got to work together, we got to do better, we got to come together. And they do like these minor things that last for a little bit, and then it's over with, man.
It is. But I'm going to tell you why, though. At least what I think is they want to be the one that gets the credit for the idea.
Oh man, true, man. Oh man, true. That's a problem for me, man. When something goes down, someone always want to be the leader of it, and they pretty much want it to be named after what they did. Or
talk that talk.
Or they just basically want to be in the history books, so they's the one who started it. Like, man, never mind. That was about to be crucial, man. Everyone wants to say they march with Martin Luther King Jr. That's what's up. Congratulations to you for doing that.
Yes, sir.
Why even mention that? How about what you did on your own for yourself? You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you did do that.
Yes.
But that's almost like name dropping. You know what I mean? What good is name dropping? Name dropping ain't gonna get us out the rut that we in. Name dropping ain't doing nothing but dropping names. Actions is what it takes, man. Action speaks louder than words, and a lot of people talk, and nobody does any action.
I keep looking at it because he's so passionate about this. He in his feelings, or he in his feels, and then what they call
and the only thing we basically do is just talk smack.
That's all we do.
And matter of fact, the problem is we share too much negativity than positivity, man. We pretty much say most of the time this is what it happens. We always say what we doing that is wrong. Never really congratulate ourselves with, well, we got this right. Yeah. Usually you build people up. No, what is it? You tear them down, then you build them up. Or you build them up, then you tear them down.
Whatever.
I mean, because it's good to say, hey, man, you did good this year. You did blah, blah, blah good.
Yeah, that's how, yeah.
This is what we need to work on.
Yeah.
Instead, most of the time, what's in the media, what everybody's seeing is basically what you just doing is wrong. Basically, this is what you doing is wrong. And matter of fact, just for people to work together, someone has to die most of the time. Black Lives Matter, because a lot of black people was getting shot and killed over stupidity, over racism, everything. So there's the movement, Black Lives Matter, right? It lasted for a little bit. We can say it's still going, but it's not going on as strong as it is. Black people still dying, still getting shot at, still scared of the police. We basically still ain't promoting what we need to do to get better. You know what I'm saying?
He is going off right now.
I'm just learning stuff is just in phases, man.
Yeah.
It just phases in, phases out. And we just basically move on to the next thing without really resolving the problem of the next one. And us basically talking about black men ain't faithful ain't getting us nowhere.
I just want to let you know.
Maybe we ain't faithful because we dying. We are faithful, but maybe we just dying. Maybe we scared for our lives.
Now you're going too far right.
Did you just say
Hey, let me tell you this. So what you just said is the ingredients for hopelessness. If we don't remain hopeful and optimistic that things can change and that we one day will work together, it's very scary. Now I know there might be elementary hope and optimistic.
I was gonna say elementary.
Yeah. I ain't want to hit him with the faith without works is dead. I ain't want to hit him with that. But I think it's like this, man. We make the mistake that we made, that we continue to make, is that if a black man likes a white person, they're Uncle Tom, instead of just a person that gets along with white people.
It is weird, man. Man, I just messed that one up. I know, right? In the I Have a Dream, wasn't that the whole purpose, that we basically become, together?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the difference between, well, we're talking about men in general, right? Yeah. But what's the difference between a black man getting along with white people and a black woman getting along with white people? I mean, you can even the comment of you acting white. I mean, I guess there's a certain way we supposed to act, but literally, is there a certain way we supposed to act? Don't we have our own personalities?
In hindsight.
I mean, do we all supposed to be like, I don't even know, like talking Ebonics and stuff like that? What you want us to do better, but you still want us to be the same? Is that what they saying?
Yes. And matter of fact, that's an ignorant statement. I think people are a reflection of where they're raised. So if a person's well-spoken, they're gonna be looked at as college educated, but a lot of that. See, when you poor, that's why even the welfare thing is very touchy, because there are people that need it, there are people that are getting over, and there's people that don't get it. So you talking about classism. You have to really be careful, because if we go to work 9 to 5, if we ain't careful, we won't have no compassion for the people that need it. And that's what starts the beef between the people that's going to get it and the people that don't have it. That's the dangerous rhetoric. And you just throw on there that they say that black people, nine times out of 10 they talk about black people on welfare. But a comedian said literally, if white people during this time, I think this was the 70s, he said, if white people wasn't on welfare, if black people was just on welfare, there wouldn't be no welfare.
True, man.
And basically, that's why he was saying that, it is what it is.
Because what's so funny is, every time they talk about welfare, the first people they think about is black people. We are not the only ones on welfare.
Absolutely not.
We're just the only ones that make an example being on welfare. Yeah. Literally.
We're the reason that
and I'm not even talking about Latinos either. I'm talking about
just black people.
Yeah, man. There's white people that's on welfare.
On welfare. And
probably been eating up the government since day one.
And
smacking them in their face.
We're the reason. We're the scapegoat for...
Man, we're the scapegoat for a lot of things, man.
You have to get a job to get welfare.
Yeah.
We're the face of that, by the way.
We sure is, ain't we? They act like we the only ones who don't have a job. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm not trying to be funny.
Nobody's being funny.
Just the area that I live in. I have never seen a black person holding up a sign. And if it is, it's 10-1. One black man to every 10 white person. I'm not racist. I'm just saying visually what I seen.
Yeah.
It's rarely that you see a black man holding a sign up.
They balling, by the way.
But yet, when you think about homelessness and the projects and everything else, they want to basically use us as the picture, the poster boy. Pretty much, man.
Remember we talked about the chlamydia that episode? The face of chlamydia. They trying to use us the faces. You know what I mean? We were talking about that.
I remember, man.
Yeah. But it's a true statement, though. I like how you keep dropping your phone. You got to get it. Hey.
I like how you called me out on it.
Hey, but the thing is that black men, we have to be more aggressive in what we accept, because if we're not careful, to me, I just keep seeing this thing where I'm just tired of. Can I say this without? I'm tired of us acting and embracing the victim role. I hate that. I'm like this. We were slaves, got it. We couldn't vote, got it. But we figured it out. I just need everybody to understand, just because you don't make $20 an hour, it doesn't make you less important, man. We figured it out, man. I just need us to start to me, that's why I'm learning to embrace black Republicans. Thought process. And it's hard. Let them know Hammer about Jesus.
That one chopped me in my throat.
I know.
It actually made me forget what I had to say when you said that.
Because black Republican is such a... Now that you talking about...
Man, you just beat me in my face. I don't know what happened, man. I felt like I was just knocked out and the referee is counting to 10. I'm still in a daze. I'm trying to get up off my feet.
Because there's room... Oh, man. Listen, man. The black man... I sound like I'm part of the nation, don't I? The black man, but... we just cannot embrace that, man. Like, here's the thing.
You saying we can't embrace black Republicans?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh,
I got to embrace all.
What can't we embrace?
We can't embrace the stigma. That means that we can't accept it. Cheating, not taking care of our kids, the reason the families are broke, whatever, commit the crimes, robberies, murders. The only thing that we don't get accused of is the financial crimes, like the Bernie Madoffs, the Wall Street crimes. We ain't the face of that. I want to be the face of that.
Hey, listen, man, before I forget a few things. Everyone is not going to make $20 an hour, because every job is not $20 an hour. But jobs have to be fulfilled. But it can be a stepping stone. You can start off that and build your way up to the 20. That's all I'm saying. Everybody isn't going to make $20 an hour. Some people ain't going to even live long enough to make $20 an hour.
Are you scared Social Security going to be gone by the time we get 65?
The way people talk about it, it's like I should be scared, but I don't think it has really hit me yet. I mean, the way people talk about it,
You was here. I mean, we'll be on subject.
Yeah, I know. She's holding up signs.
Set design about it.
Listen, the way people talk about it, maybe I'm sleeping on it, man. Maybe I should be, but maybe I'm just living that worry-free life. I mean, because it almost makes you scared of having a 401k. Is a pension gonna even last? Like, what systems is gonna be in place to secure that, man? But as me personally, I'm actually not afraid of it, even though I know I've been working legally since I was 14 years old. When I say legally, it ain't because I was selling drugs. It's because the other jobs I had was under the table.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Can I just do it? He was the biggest dope dealer on this side.
I don't know nothing about no dope dealing.
He was the biggest dope dealer in the whole RDU.
Hey, I do have a story about that, man, by the way, about dope dealing. And yeah, I said designer is saying to get back on subject.
We're not going to let her. Well, you can't come.
Yeah, but I do want to.
Hey, trust me, when you get.
I do want to say this. That was hilarious. I do want to say this. When I was in high school, I was approached by one of my homeboys at the time to actually sell drugs, man. It pretty much was, I mean, it wasn't the top end. It was basically you go to the drop man. He gives you pretty much pay for what you get. You sell that, make a profit out of it. You go and you read back up. It pretty much was that simple. And at the time, to pretty much get in was it was pretty cheap. It only took $60 to pretty much get in, man.
If you would have sold drugs, you would not be here right now.
Listen, man.
He would have beat you up.
I mean, I didn't even have to. You talking about? I would have been whooped to death, beat. Yeah, I know, man. But I didn't do it, of course, man. But back to this,
do we know?
Back to this, man. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm getting excited.
Hey, on your next intro, I'm like drug dealer and ex-con.
Nah, man.
Taught how the greatest me.
I like freedom and money too much, man. I can't put money with it because I could have been making money then, but man, I ain't that kind of guy, man. You know, let's move along. Back to this, man. This is what I was thinking, because you mentioned something else about we don't take care of our kids. Once again, man, this is
drug dealer.
This is just
the greatest.
This is basically just stereotypes.
It is
for us, but it applies for everybody. There's all kinds of races with all kinds of baby daddies that don't take care of their kids, and all kind of baby mamas who work the system and also don't take care of their kids.
Hey, do you think? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go right ahead. You can ask me any question.
Really? So how did it feel to be the reformed ex-con drug? I'm just kidding. I can't even. What is it? Let them know how about Jesus.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Do you feel that? Would you say that what do you consider your foundation for how you turned out, as far as how you was raised? I ain't talking about your wait on it again. Faith-based, earlier.
So you mean like when you say foundation, what do you mean?
Do you feel like, do you feel like you had a solid foundation for how you was raised?
Yes, but man, the foundation was solid, but I still was in that environment.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying? Meaning that I feel like I was raised on a wonderful platform. The people in my life, the people that all had input of raising me, my upbringing, but the environment I still was in was not a good environment. Meaning that
you had access to get in trouble.
I had a lot of access to get in trouble. I did get in trouble.
It was nothing up here like that.
Where I even lived at, where I literally was raised and lived at, it was popping like that. And then when I say popping, the set designer can tell you it was there. Everything was there. Where
it was lit like that.
Where I was raised at, they called the bottom, man. They literally called it the bottom.
Where I lived at, that's what they call it in Augusta, the bottom.
Or some people try to call it, I think the people that try to make it, they try to call it Little New York or something. But that was just funny. I was like, hey, y'all.
Trees around there.
Yeah, I was like, y'all lame. Anyway, I guess that's the way they thought product and stuff was moving right there. But the environment I was in, man, it was there. Listen, here's another story, man.
I just got loud.
Because, man, sometimes I kind of forget. Like, literally, some things, I don't think I really repressed. It's like I just moved on past it. One time, man.
Oh, you better not make this into no therapy session.
No, one time I was actually, I think they was trying to start a gang, man, but they wanted me to join it. But this is a very true story, man. So when the Super Nintendo was really hot, I had one. And people would come over and they would play games. But it was usually my close friends that was like, just my homeboys, man. But then some people they was associated with would like to come over and play, man. So it pretty much was like, I wouldn't say a hot spot because
you was allowed to have company.
Yeah, man, but
holy Jesus!
But someone had to be home, really, man.
Okay.
And God, I ain't trying to tell all my business, but one of my great aunts was usually always there. Or my great grandma was always there, but I think she had passed on then, so it was my great aunt that was there, my Aunt Mary Atlas.
Gotcha.
So as long as someone was there, I could have company, man. But when I was alone, man, one of the first things they said, don't let nobody in this house while we gone. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, when you mention her name, you know what I fast forward.
What's that?
When they stayed at the White House.
Oh, yeah.
The well and just go out. That was bad.
Yeah, they wouldn't even stop you, though. I don't think they mind, man. It was just well water.
Yo, man,
I did it too, man. Man, they used to have some big ants out there. And I would take that pump and I would try to hit, the pump was stationary, but I would try to squirt it on them ants. That thing was fun to play with. I mean, I might have been wasting water, but it still was fun to play with.
Let me tell you how hardcore I was in my head. When they moved to the, is it a brown house?
Yeah, it was on 401. That's correct.
Well, that's the end of that fun.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Man, that house was fun too. I used to climb trees at that house on 401, man. That ain't the point, man. You just killed me, man. Listen, this story right here, man. One day, man, because, back then there was, sorry, but when I was raised, there was really, at that point, that we didn't have the AC then. We just had I don't think we did the ceiling fans then. We just had the fan.
Were you a lonely child?
No, but that's because I was raised okay.
With the cousins and all that.
Yeah, man. But then at the end of the day, I was by myself, which I appreciated that because being going and spending time with them, there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Certain things I had advantage over them, and certain things they had advantage over me. Meaning that when I was raised,
I ain't gonna say it.
I could go to the refrigerator anytime. I didn't have to ask no questions. I didn't ask no permission.
Really?
All jokes aside, I could literally walk in there anytime and grab whatever I wanted out of the refrigerator or the freezer. This is no lie. When I would go to my cousin's house,
We got to revisit this one. Here.
when I went to my cousin's house, man, I'm trying to tell you, there was like, can I have or please or what you doing in there? You know what I'm saying? I remember one time.
You never got that? You got that?
No, this was visiting cousins. This is hanging out at at other people's house. When I was raised, I'm literally
getting mad.
I could drink as much tea, as much soda. I could eat anytime I wanted to, man.
Yo, I thought in my head, I thought you were living in prison.
No, but then now we get to the point. There's pros and cons.
Okay.
I had that freedom, but I didn't have freedom to go out and do as I please. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, understood.
Matter of fact, when I had first started riding a bike, I felt like that's not when I first started riding a bike. But anyway.
This is we got to definitely revisit this.
There was a point where when I was riding a bike, I was not allowed to ride outside the yard.
Okay.
And kids that was my same age as me at the time was riding up and down the street. I guess, it was kind of busy. But, I mean, riding in a yard ain't the same as riding on the road, a bicycle, man.
Holy.
And it was like, nope, don't you go out this yard. Now, I ain't on no training wheels. And when I got a certain age, I could, man. But, man, this age that I was at the time, I literally couldn't go out. I was like, man, I got this nice bike and I can't ride out. Then there's other stuff, man.
I had to see. Can I tell you this?
What's that?
Because I don't want you to tell all the good stuff. Listen, I had to deceive my mama. Like, I had to. Because, look, remember how you say you could just go in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Listen, man. I used to drink up the Kool-Aid and add some water to it, put some sugar in it, just so I don't know why I did that.
Yo, that's hilarious. Because I know you're not the only one who probably did that.
And then on top of that, even the cookies, I have to be like, I ain't touching mama. Like you be, because.
Yo, you want to hear a funny story?
I really, hey man, man.
Someone told me a story about when they was raised and they would open up a soda. No, first they would have to sneak into the kitchen, like crawl on the floor, and then when they open up a soda, they would have to cough real loud to cover up the pop sound. They would have
For real?
Yeah, and then people was telling me about adding water to milk, not to make it stretch, but because and open bags of cereal. Man, I heard all kinds of crazy stories, but I didn't have to experience that, man. I'm sorry. I had freedom inside the house.
In my head, well, I mean, and first of all, it's some comedy involved, but like you gotta understand, we family. So in my head, so here, you know why I thought that you living in prison?
Why is it?
Because of the story she told me growing up. So in my head, I'm thinking that it's like straight up sing up in here. Okay,
man. Once again.
Hey, but
there is pros and cons, man.
I hate when you do that. Look,
because you
excellent though. This is an excellent.
You have certain freedoms, right?
But you can't do like you want to.
Matter of fact, the freedoms that others didn't have, you had, and the freedoms that they have, you most definitely didn't have.
Hey, but people thought
like there was some people who had sleepovers. None of that was going down, man.
For real?
Part 2.
Yeah.
There was. Man, it was. Oh man, I don't know what to say, man.
Hey, I just realized subjects works for this podcast, but it's the randomness, and hopefully people stick around for the randomness.
Like there was. I don't know, man. There was some good and bad. There was some good and bad, but I did have a good foundation, and it helped me appreciate like life now. Like I remember when I first moved out, man. When I first moved out. Because I mean, everyone has a curfew in coming in. I understand that, man. Even
You do?
I
never understood.
Even as an older, even as I got older, I even understood it, and I don't even have kids. That's because certain times you don't want to hear your. Well, I guess as a parent, you worry after a certain time, or you worry all the time, but you want someone to be under your care after a certain time.
Can I share something with you?
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. I'm gonna share this on the podcast because we need the views. So I'm a little nervous.
You're a little nervous.
I'm a little nervous
right now.
Yes, because little bit. I'm gonna be responsible for taking her to school. So first of all, I'm just getting personal, and it's only because you can't really like do stuff and not give up yourself, so to speak. So we did find a place to stay.
All right, congratulations. Are you gonna do sound effects?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cool.
But
man.
they might be trash though, because it's hard to find good clapping sound effects.
That's all right.
I can always double it. But anyway, if I remember. So we around the corner, there's a school. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna be responsible for taking her to school every day. And my biggest fear is that I'm gonna lose patience.
With who?
With a little bit.
Like, keep going, man. I feel like you're gonna answer the question. In my head.
Because here's the thing. This situation, I was raised in a similar situation, meaning it's very unique. I'm there. My intent is to be there, but not be overbearing. Because at the end of the day, she's mine, but she's not of my blood. So you have to tread really, but make no mistake about it. I ain't been no punk in my own house.
Here's a question, man. Are you basing this off
my experience?
Or no, are you basing this off of because you know her or something like you know her well enough to know that you're gonna lose patience, or what makes you think that
because maybe you don't realize.
Are you losing something now with her?
No.
Oh.
I would always say that I feel in our family, patience is not.
Yeah, but what characteristics is she showing that makes you think that?
Well, what happens is I'm trying to constantly remind myself that she's a little girl.
Is she slow?
No, not slow.
No, when I say slow, watch yourselves. I'm saying that she's sluggish. Is she like if she's supposed to be ready in 5 minutes, is she not going to be ready in 5 minutes?
I don't know.
Like, you think it's going to be hard for her to wake up in the morning and be like, yo, you got school, get up, and you're going to come back 10 minutes later and she's still laying there in the bed?
It's a possibility.
Oh, man.
But the thing is, I just want to, and I'm just sharing some real thoughts because I'm excited, but at the same time, I don't want to be, I want to enjoy the experience.
Have you shared this with your significant other?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. She knows now.
She'll know and learn about it on the podcast.
Yeah, in February, you said?
Yeah. Hey, keep it up. Keep talking. Have a good conversation with that. I won't even edit the next audio.
So that means you and her haven't had that experience yet, man.
No.
Meaning you and Little Bit, y'all haven't actually had a I don't want to say argument, but y'all haven't been in that position where things kind of go a little bit south.
Well, on this last trip now, she was more so I got to see her more.
Oh, you gonna say animated?
Animated. Meaning that she was more active.
With that being said, did any of that get on your nerves or test your patience?
A little.
I think the more,
and we was in the car for 8 hours. It's supposed to test my patience.
Well, man, I believe as soon as you spend more time, because you're not there 24 hours.
Right.
I think she most definitely will warm up, and her true personality, you will actually see the real true her.
Yeah.
And the older she gets,
the more attitude she gonna display.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say the more she develops into her, the person she is. Yeah, I don't even want to say character, but yeah, pretty much, man. She's gonna. I mean, it goes either way or in the middle.
we need to do a.
So I'm sure your patience will be tested, man. And I'm not even talking about even taking her to school. I think living in that situation, I know it's gonna be tested. I mean, it might not be as bad, but you know, even when you was dating, I remember you said that you had never seen that real bad and ugly side of your companion, man. But we knew someday, man, something's gonna come out. I mean, even with the nicest person, there is that thing. So things is good. I mean, we can hope the positive. But yeah, man, I would probably
prepare.
Yeah, man, because I seen you when you're. I mean, I may haven't seen you at a 10, but I seen you when you're angry, man. And she's a little child. How old is she?
10.
Yeah, man. A 10-year-old ain't ready to face
and she
the real you,
13.
man.
She about to be 13. Oh, them teens. Man, them teens.
Yeah, but she might be a good teen. All teenagers ain't the same, man.
Yeah, but I'm just
plus,
saying,
I mean, she's close with her mother.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't at the end, you gotta realize you ain't by yourself.
Yeah.
And your mate is like, you know, pretty much y'all on each other's team. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like that buffer to help you out.
Can I say this one thing?
Uh-huh.
All I want to say is I just want to do a good job.
I believe you are going to do a good job because even your personality turns you into a good person.
I can't believe that this man is being nice towards me.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day,
hey, I need to write this down.
Everyone has their
thing.
Yeah, man. Even you. Everyone. No one. Like, well, nobody's perfect. Listen, everyone has it, but at the end of the,
I don't know how I'm about Jesus. I don't even know.
At the end of the day, you still are a good guy, man. I feel like, you know, when you're dedicated to something, or you know, because you know,
I'm pretty much on stupid when I'm dedicated.
There's some faithful black men out here. You're one of them, and I think you'll do a good job, man.
Yeah,
you'll do a great job.
Hey,
and she's very I don't want to use the word lucky. I say blessed to have you in her life. And when you do, I think with who you are, if it does occur that she tests your patience and you do blow up, you're that kind of guy where y'all probably make up and y'all probably explain to her what happened. She'll be all right.
Yeah, but the school seems pretty nice. The area's not too bad.
Hey man, if you don't mind, because I don't want to tell too much of you. We'll say I'll ask you off camera. Never mind.
All right. But again, my name is I Am Quartet.
And I'm Tade the Greatest Me.
Don't forget to follow the Culture Section on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we'll see you when we see you. Peace.
Peace.